So let's begin by making our way down onto our back. You can bend your knees, have your palms facing down, and bringing your feet together, we can begin with bridge pose. So this is going to be the theme of today's class. We're going to be playing around with different variations of this pose and other poses that complement this pose. It's going to be a beautiful moment to just let it all chill. So make sure you're settled into something comfy. Bring your feet together. And we can begin just by pressing down into the ground with your feet. And notice how if you do this, that your hips kind of want to lift off the floor a little bit. So allowing just your tailbone to come off the floor a little bit. And then not pressing so much, relaxing, pressing your feet and letting your whole spine come back down onto the mat. And we can do this again, pressing through your feet, allowing your hips to lift up just a little bit. And then as you exhale, relaxing this press and letting your hips come back down to the ground. This time, you're going to press through your feet and begin actively curling your tailbone up off the mat. Then vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting each vertebrae of your spine until you come up towards your shoulders in bridge pose. And then as you exhale, rolling off your shoulders, letting your spine come down vertebrae by vertebrae, relaxing everything down onto the mat. Again, inhaling, starting by tilting your hips up, pressing through your feet, allowing your spine to come off the mat vertebrae by vertebrae. And as you exhale, bringing it all right on down. We're going to come straight into this again, only this time, if it feels comfortable, we can lift up our hips a little bit higher off the mat, rolling up higher onto your shoulders and actively allowing your hips to raise. If this feels good, we can even take our hands and clasp them together underneath us, really bringing more weight onto our shoulders. The back of your neck is long here. If you're feeling any discomfort in your neck or shoulders, then come down. And we're also aiming to allow our knees to be no further than hip distance apart. Letting your belly fill up like it's a balloon, filling up with air. Belly button moving away from the spine on the inhalation, pressing down through your forearms and your clasped hands. And as you exhale, first rolling off your shoulders and unclasping your hands, and then bringing your spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to take a moment to rest, so allowing your feet to come wide and your knees to come together. Allowing your lower back to be supported. Allowing any tension to melt out of your body on the exhalation. And then you can heel toe your feet back together or hip distance apart. And we come back into another bridge pose. So inhaling, the tailbone comes up off the mat, then the next vertebrae, then the next, rolling all the way up. If it feels good, we can clasp our fingers. And if that feels good, we might even wish to bring our hands underneath our hips, dropping our heels towards the ground, aiming to keep our knees roughly in line with our hips, and coming into an even more extended version of this pose. The heels of your hands can be either side of your sacrum. Again, your neck feels supported and long, no pain there. Really picking whichever variation feels the best to you. Focusing on your breath. exhaling, walking your hands out around the sides of your body, rolling off your shoulders and exhaling vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down off the mat. Feet apart, knees together. So taking at least 3 deep breaths. We can play with a few little counter poses. So coming back to our lovely happy baby pose, you can begin by hugging your knees in towards your chest, rocking a little bit from side to side. Then kicking the soles of your feet up towards the sky, holding onto the edges of your feet and drawing your knees towards your armpits. And again, you can rock this from side to side. When you're ready, coming into stillness. And as you exhale, allowing your tailbone to drop down towards the mat or the floor. As you exhale, bringing your feet back down to the mat, feet wide, knees drop together, this time palms facing up. Exhaling, drawing your knees in towards your body. Inhaling, drawing your knees away from your body, bringing your knees around in nice wide circles. Taking this in the other direction. Finally coming to stillness, dropping your feet back down to the mat, bringing your arms out to shoulder height, dropping your knees to the left, dropping your head to the right, coming into a little twist here. Inhaling, head comes to center, pressing through the backs of your hands to lift your legs. And then exhaling, the legs come to the right, the head comes to the left. Giving yourself a few deep breaths. Then as you inhale, the head comes back to center, pressing through the backs of your hands to lift your legs. And you can end with your feet apart, knees together, arms down by your sides, 6 to 8 inches away from your body, or legs mat width apart in corpse pose. Have a fidget, have a shuffle, get super comfy here. You can even place a blanket over you and get really cozy. And then I invite you to just tune into how your body feels. Can you get a sense of any energy moving within you, even from this short practice? I invite you to stay with these feelings, stay with your breath, stay here for at least a minute, but really as long as you like. So I wish you the most incredible day ahead. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice, the morning 10. If you're liking these videos, feel free to like, share or subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.